So I am thrilled to be the only thing standing between a room full of hungry people and lunch. So thank you so much for this time slot. This kicks ass. I was actually sitting over there in the 45 minutes that I've been here before we started talking. I was making $74 million trading stocks for lunch. And then, of course, I announced that was all bullshit. I didn't actually do that. But I think one of the key things that I'm going to talk about actually focuses a little bit on what the guys who just spoke talked about. One of the things they said that was most important, you don't go to CBS, Columbia Business School, you don't go for the education, you go for the contacts. And that's a really interesting point, because I have two friends who have done exceptionally well, who started at CBS and then both created companies, both got funding, both from their connections to CBS. And why does that matter? Because the connections they made over the course of the time they were in school led them to getting their funding. Okay, it makes sense, right? But here's the thing. It happened because they were also good people. Okay? If you spend 4 years or 3 years or however long you spend at Columbia Business School being an asshole, chances are your network's going to be a lot smaller. Okay? Unless you're Uber for some freaking reason. I have no idea why. You could be as big of an asshole as you want and be valued at $40 million. But so what does that bring down to? It has to start with the concept of being nice. So why is being nice important? Being nice is important because in the next 2 years, 36 months, I come to you with a statement. And my Twitter handle is @PeterShankman, so I encourage you all to tweet this out and then hold me to it if I'm wrong, but I won't be. In the next 36 to 48 months, the concept of friending, fanning, liking, and following is going to go away. 36 to 48 months. Friending, fanning, liking, and following will disappear. Let's talk about why, and why that relates to customer service and to you being nice. Well, right now, I don't know, what's your name? You're laughing, what's your name? All right, I meet Vivian at a bar. Vivian looks pretty cool. We talk, we hang out, I get her number, I text her, I look for her on Facebook, I find the right Vivian, pray to God it's the right Vivian. She probably has like some stupid image that's not her on her Facebook page. I don't know if that's her or not. I friend request her with some inside joke from 2 nights ago. It's not her, I get banned from Facebook, I start again. Okay. Or I friend her, and it is her, and she has to approve my friend request, and then I see everything about her in the world with no filter whatsoever. Okay. That doesn't work. The concept of friending, fanning, liking, following is bullshit. Have you ever, the last time you friended someone in real life was 2nd grade. Will you be my friend? I have a 19-month-old now. That's all she does. She walks up to an inanimate object and says, friend. Hey, she's asked my cat to be her friend like 46 times in the past week. When in the real world, you don't friend request someone. In the real world, I hang out with you. We meet a couple of times. We do some business together. We have lunch. You seem like a nice guy. We both like the Mets. We commiserate over that. And we become friends. We have commonalities. Those commonalities lead to our friendship. Assuming that those commonalities continue, I earn your trust and you earn mine. That's how friendship works in the real world. That's how likes businesses create customers and rabid fans. Okay? You don't have to say, will you like my page? The number of times, we all know the number of times you go back to visit a page that you like is exactly once, when you sign up. That's it. You never go back to that page. So why are companies focusing so much on the likes, on getting likes, and not focusing on being likable? Okay, so I encourage companies to focus on being likable. Why? Because in the next 36 months, 48 months, if the concept of friending, fanning, following, and liking is gone, what's left? What's left is the customer experience. What do I mean? Well, I'm a fan of steak. Look at me. Duh. So I go to Morton's Steakhouse a lot. Okay, Morton's Steakhouse knows me. They know who I am. They know my name. They treat me well. But if you go to Morton's Steakhouse and you've never been there before, when you call and make a reservation, one thing's going to happen. They're going to go, okay, mister, what's your last name? Okay, Miss Sarah, we'll see you Friday at 8 o'clock. Are you celebrating anything? Well, yes, it's my wife's birthday. Oh, what's her name? Her name, you married? What's your wife's name? Ritika. Oh, her name's Ritika. Okay, great. You spell it? All right, okay, great. We'll see you on Friday at 8 o'clock. You show up at 8 o'clock. You sit down at your table. On the menu, anyone ever had this happen? On the menu at Morton's, it says, happy birthday, Ritika. Okay? Then your wife spends the next 45 minutes Instagramming the shit out of that, you can't get a drink. Okay? Why? Because they made his wife feel special. What happens then? His wife posts about it, talks about it, sends pictures, sends tweets. Oh my God, here's the menu. This is great. Steak's great. I love this place. You're a hero. Good night for you. You get home, and fast forward. You don't leave a review. Yelp's going to die. TripAdvisor's going to die. Okay? What's replaced is the real world interaction. If I'm friends with you on Facebook, and I just land in New York, okay, I'm from here, but let's say I'm not. Let's say I land in New York, and I'm starving, and I want a good steak. Okay, and I don't know anything about New York steakhouses, nothing. And my friends, and I start typing in steakhouse in Google. Okay, if we're friends on Google Plus right now, it's going to show me your wife's photo, or the photo that you took of the two of you together that you posted 5 months ago. You have to leave a review. The sentiment of your post is positive. And as long as the sentiment's positive, I will see that first before I see an ad, before I see a Yelp review, before I see anything like that. I'll see, oh, My friend Rico went there. He must have loved it. I trust him. He's a good guy. I'm going to go make a reservation. Or I want to go to Fiji. Okay, I want to book a trip to Fiji. As soon as I start typing in flights to Fiji, you know what, Peter, your friend Michelle went to Fiji last month. Here are her photos. Here are her videos. You want to see her itinerary? Might be good for you. You guys have a lot in common. You both like diving. Maybe you want to do what she did. That's automatic. Google's already doing it. Facebook's a couple months behind. When you land in Los Angeles, you step off that plane, turn on Facebook, you see people in your network you haven't seen in months. Why? Geographic location. It knows that you're there. So we need to stop focusing, startups especially, if they want to be the next big thing, they need to stop focusing on the likes, they need to stop focusing on advertising and marketing. They need to focus on a world of customer service where every customer is treated like such a rock star that they go out of their way to do their own PR for the customer. Because that's all we're going to have. If there is no Yelp, if there is no TripAdvisor, and if there's no friending or fanning, the only way I'm going to see your stuff in my stream is if you've done something amazing for someone in my network. What I encourage you to do, and this goes against everything every VC is going to tell you, stop focusing on getting new customers. Okay? And I said, what the hell are you talking about? Hurry. Focus on the customers you have. Focus on the customers you have to get the customers you want. You ever seen a Twitter say, we're at 999 followers, the 1,000 follower gets a prize? You ever seen those? I'm going to translate that for you. Screw you, original 999 followers, we no longer care about you, we only focus on the next one. Okay, that's the worst thing you could possibly say. Talk to those 999 followers and ask them how you can help them, how you can improve them. I started a small company called Help a Reporter Out several years ago. And it wound up being a pretty big company. Every Friday, the last Friday of every month, I would send a one-question survey out to what started off to be 100 people and ended up with being 200,000 people. One-question survey that said, what can we do to make something better? We're thinking about changing this to make it better. Do you like this idea? Yes. Very simple. We get about 800 to 1,000 responses by the time it was all said and done. I would then spend the weekend replying. Let's say 800 people said, yes, do this. I'd send an email to 800 people saying, hey, Mark, just want to let you know we're taking your suggestion. Look for it on Tuesday. Hey, Jeanette, we're taking your suggestion. Look for it on Tuesday. Hey, Michelle, take 800 people. It was my entire weekend. I'd just get a six-pack and I'd just start typing. And you know what happened on Monday or Tuesday? Holy shit, they took my suggestion. They totally implemented it. Yeah, yours and 800 other people, but they didn't know that. Okay, in their minds, I treated them like a rock. They were heroes. They were, yes, we made a change for this big company because of you, Michelle. Michelle's a rock star. Michelle goes and tells all her friends how awesome this company is. Oh my God, you guys said, oh, they totally made my change. What can you do to just be one level above crap? I'm not sitting here asking you to be great. Screw great. I'm not asking you to be good. I'm asking you to be one level above crap. Why? Because we expect crap. The average expectation of any interaction in customer service with a company is crap. Think about the last time you were on a flight. Raise your hand if you remember the last time you had a great flight. What made it great? The upgrade. Okay? Anyone else have a great flight? What made it great? The upgrade. Anyone get off a plane when you get there, you take off on time, you land on time, you have the seat you want, you get off the plane like, that flight was awesome. No, that flight was exactly what you paid for. You paid $300 to be transported from New York to Chicago. They transported you from New York to Chicago in the seat that you requested. And you're off the plane like, that was the best freaking flight ever! Because we expect crap. Okay? We go through the TSA, we have the anal probe, we get through that, our flight's 4 hours late, our seat's been changed from like 3D to 34 bathroom, we're sitting in the back, then we're 4 hours late on the tarmac, there's no hot towels, there's no pretzels, there's no nothing, you know, the 400-pound person on that side, the 400 me on the other side, it's a horrible flight. One level above crap is all I ask. Do what you say you're gonna do, and do it well. That's it. 3 levels above crap is the upgrade. And let's face it, the internet runs on 2 things, bragging and drama. That's not gonna change. Okay? Drama is very simple. Oh my God, I hate this airline, never flying them again. Oh my God, I'm 4 hours late. Drama is first class, bitches. You see this? Can you imagine this guy like Instagramming first class, bitches? He's like, it's too deep. But that's what we do. We expect to be treated like crap. So anything out of the ordinary, their name on a menu, a simple phone call that says, hey, we noticed you bought from us last week. We just want to make sure everything's cool. We're not asking you to buy anything else. We just want to make sure it worked. Any questions? Okay, everyone's like, well, we have Twitter. So we'll just wait for them to complain on Twitter. That's great, because now you're reaching out to them after they've complained. The downside of that is they've already complained. What can you do to make yourselves one level above crap that all your customers come out and do your PR for you? They start telling you about how great they are. So I'm going to give you my last term. So I'm doing out of time. I have a hard stop. But okay, still a couple minutes. How do you do it? 4 simple ways. Very simple. Transparency. You're going to screw up. When you do it, own it. When you own it, people love you. There's no better lover in the world than a former hater. Okay? Ask any guy who's ever tried to get a girl to date him and wound up marrying him after she said no 1,000,000 times. Like me. Okay? I married way out of my league, and it's the best feeling in the world because I'm like, ha, shit, yeah. And now I do something stupid. I'm like, hey, you had an out. You had an out like 75 times. But we expect people to lie. We expect companies to lie. One level of crap, right? Be honest. You're going to screw up. When you do, you know what? We messed that up. Obama's first press conference in 2008. Okay, he appointed Daschle to be Secretary of the Interior. Daschle stepped down because of a Nannygate issue. Obama gets on stage on the CBS Face the Nation or Meet the Press, whatever, and the press like, ha, your first mistake, the golden child, Mr. President, so Daschle. And Obama puts his hand in his pocket like he's Jeff Bartlett on the West Wing, and he goes, yeah, screwed up. And then you have this like all these production assistants running around stage with their asses on fire because they have like 29 minutes and 37 seconds of dead air. They now have to fill. They were expecting, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. And he's like, yeah, we screwed up. And they cut to like an 18-minute commercial break. Own it. Screw up, own it, shut the conversation down. That's transparency. If Delta's having a field day right now because someone discovered a couple days ago that you can change a couple of lines in the HTML on your Delta boarding pass and print out someone else's boarding pass. Okay, and go through security with that. Not such a TSA's gonna have a field day. But Delta hasn't said anything yet. It'd be really nice if they did. Okay, that's transparency. Own it. Relevance. Note that your audience wants to know that you're listening to them and giving them information the way they want. Okay, if you look at the average person who connects to you, they expect to be treated like a number. If you treat them well, if you go out of their way, if you talk to them like human beings, if you empower your employees to talk to them like human beings, not to follow a script, they will love you forever. Okay, Verizon is a great example of that. I was in Dubai. I landed in Dubai, and I had global roaming on my phone, so I could use my phone in Dubai. And before I even got off the plane, I had text message that $300 of charges on your phone. And I called them. I'm like, hi, Mark. You don't sound like a Mark. You sound from somewhere else, but that's okay. And Mark goes, oh yes, you have global roaming, but it doesn't work in Dubai. Well, maybe they should have told me that because that's not really global. It's more like hemispherical roaming. And I'm like, look, I'm here for a week. You have my credit card. Just charge me $1,000. Give me like 4 gigs of data or something like that, just so I know. Not power to do that. Can't do that. Okay, what can you do? We can charge you $20.48 a megabyte. Okay, that's going to be a problem because I'm going to come back with a $31,000 bill. So after arguing and saying, please, I've been with you for 10 years, what can you do for me? They did nothing. So I went to the Mall of the Emirates, the largest mall in the world. It has a freaking ski slope in it. If you've never been to the mall in Dubai, it has a ski slope. And it's crazy Dubaians. And I went and went to a cell phone company there and bought the exact same Android phone that I have. Went to the company next door, bought a SIM card for 10 gigs of data for like $40. Put that in my international phone. And now whenever I travel overseas, I just take my international phone and buy a SIM card in the country that I'm in, and Verizon doesn't get a penny. I travel overseas probably 16 times a year. Okay, in 5 years, Verizon could make easily 25 grand from me, and they blew it. So stop thinking about following the script, shred the script, and be able to talk to people like human beings. Empower your employees to do the same thing. That's rule 2, that's relevance. Rule 3 is brevity. Okay, none of us have time. Look at how freaking fast I'm talking. Okay, I'm from New York. That's just a normal thing. I'm not high on anything. This is what we do. Someone earlier said New Yorkers aren't nice. No, we really are. We're just in a rush. We'll give you whatever information you want. Empire State Building, that way. And we'll tell you where it is. Just listen the first time. So if we only have 2.7 seconds to reach our audience, a study came in a couple years ago, we have about 2.7 seconds to reach our audience for a first-time engagement. Someone comes to your website, that website better have not one spelling or grammatical error on it. Problem is, 1 out of every 2 corporate homepages in America today have a spelling or grammatical error on the homepage. Look to your left and look to your right. If it's not them, it's you. Okay, and you're all looking nervously. Good, as you should. Go and proof that shit. Okay, if you have spelling or grammatical errors on your website, how the hell can I trust you to fly me somewhere, to take care of my cat, to watch my kid? Okay, spelling and grammar, it really, really matters. Bad writing is killing America. Okay, brevity, where does that fit in? Well, 30 years ago, MTV was getting all sorts of crap from government because they gave us 3-minute attention spans. And Attorney General Ed Meese said MTV was going to kick the ass of Japan was going to kick our asses because of the MTV, because all our kids had a 3-minute attention span. Give my right arm to see a 3-minute attention span. Oh my God, I killed to have anyone in this world. iPhone, laptop, BlackBerry, seriously? That's awesome. 2008 call, they want the phone back. But you walk around and have everyone on phones, everyone on devices. I kill for a 3-minute attention span. 2.7 seconds. Learn to write, be brief, reach your audience in the right amount of time. Finally, last rule, this is all I got, is the concept of top of mind. If we sit in a room where we have the ability to talk to anyone, do anything, buy whatever we want, get anything we want from anyone at any given time, I can switch my bank in 3 clicks. Okay, it used to take like 10 years. I can switch my bank now in 3 clicks. Okay, and I did. When Chase wouldn't let me and my dog into the Chase store to deposit a check like 10 years ago because it could bite someone, it's a Labradoodle. Okay, I literally feel less manly by saying that. At the time, I don't have it anymore. It was a Labrador Poodle mix. Okay, he was a freaking Muppet. I had a Muppet dog. He wouldn't bite anyone. And so Chase didn't let me in, so I simply walked across the street to TD Bank, where like the general manager came in and was like, oh my God, pet the dog. They have TD Bank branded dog biscuits, for Christ's sake. They understand New York City's a walking dog town. Okay, so of course they're gonna let them switch over to TD Bank. I've since given millions of dollars, kept millions of dollars in that bank, and Chase hasn't gotten a penny of it. So why top of mind? Because if we have so many different choices and we're not loyal anymore, the only way to become loyal is to promote yourself. Promote yourself to a business, to a company. No, let the company promote themselves to the customer and let the customer remember them. Problem is though, self-promotion is horrible. Self-promotion is like Nickelback. No one likes that. Self-promotion is not good, but when self-promotion is disguised as help, everyone loves it. Okay, Barry Diller, who ran Paramount Pictures, used to do that. When he started Paramount, they were the worst studio in Hollywood. They were like 5 seconds to bankruptcy. He came in and he said, every day he called 10 random people in his Rolodex. Anyone under 30? Anyone? Okay, Rolodex is like Outlook, but it had cards and you'd turn it. So he'd go in and he'd call 10 random people in his Rolodex every day. And he'd just say hi. Hey, what's up? It's Barry Diller. What's going on in New York? How's the weather in LA? What are you working on? What's going on in London? What are you doing? When you're in a movie you wanted greenlit or an actor you wanted signed to a 5-picture deal, you could have gone to 20th Century Fox or Warner Brothers, or you could have called Barry back. Barry called you 2 months ago, asking what's going on. I email 10 people in my contact list every day. My assistant gives me 10 people who I haven't spoken to in 6 months. And I say, hey, and I'm very candid about it. Hey, every 6 months I try to check in with everyone in my list because otherwise, why are we connected? What are you working on and how can I help? That's it. That's all I want. I don't pitch myself. I don't do anything. How can I help? And then when the responses come in, I actually take the time to answer them. I spend like 90% of my day on email. That's the best thing I could do. I get so much done that way. And from that, I think that's how this came. I think you reached out to me because I emailed you and said, hey, what's up? It's the easiest thing in the world. So what can you guys do that makes your customers, one by one, feel like they matter? Because in the grand scheme of this world, most customers don't. By the way, these 10 years that Barry Diller was at Paramount, he turned Paramount from the worst studio in Hollywood to the first billion-dollar studio, including Flashdance, Footloose, Beverly Hills Cop, Ghostbusters, Top Gun, 3 Men and a Baby. I mean, he decimated what people thought of Paramount Pictures and turned it into the first billion-dollar studio, and they still lead the pack. So what can you do for your customers, okay, and providing customer service that is above and beyond that people don't expect, and it's not just responding on Twitter when people have a problem. Go out of your way, that 5 seconds that you spend that day saying hi to someone in your network, in your contact list, in your Rolodex, is going to transfer into tremendous sales and service. How do I know all this? Because I have a book coming out in January that I just wrote called Zombie Loyalists. Okay, Zombie Loyalists, it's all about using this great customer service to create fans because the next 50 years of the economy is going to be run by customer service. So I'll leave you with this. There's a quote throughout the book that states, bring random amazement into normal situations. Okay, that's what you want to do. That's how you create zombie loyalists, people who go out of their way to do your PR for you, drag it. Well, that one friend that loves to eat the Olive Garden, right? Everyone, dude, go to the Olive Garden, breadsticks! He's like a fanatic for the Olive Garden. Why? Because he loves it, they treat him well, and the food's good. He's a zombie loyalist for the Olive Garden. I'm a zombie loyalist for United Airlines. Bring random amazement into normal situations. And to sum it up, what does that mean? What does that stand for? Bring random amazement in normal situations. It's a book about zombies. Brains. Bring random, there we go. Okay, good, we got it. Peter@shankman.com is my email. I answer all my own email personally. I'm not allowed to book anything on my calendar, but if you email me, I will send you to my assistant, she took away ride access to my calendar 2 years ago. I booked 2 dinners on the same night on separate continents. But I do answer all my own email, Peter@shankman.com, Twitter @PeterShankman, Facebook.com/PeterShankman. I think LinkedIn is the devil and I rarely use it. But other than that, you can connect with me in any way that you deem possible. And I work I have an office right on 30th Street. I live on 42nd. If you're in the city, I'm always up for coffee. I'm a big fan of coffee if you haven't already noticed. And with that, with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to spare, thank you for spending a couple minutes with me.
Thank you, Peter.